Hello everyone, welcome. In the previous video, I talked a little about the channel. It was the first video of the channel, so I decided to do that. If you wish to watch it, you can use the link, which will be somewhere here above my head. In this video, I will talk a little about myself and the reason why I decided to create this channel now. Well, I have always been a very physically active individual, but in the last years I started not to feel very well. I started to get tired easily. For instance, in a tennis session, I usually go for 2 hours, but after the first hour I felt the need to eat something, like a banana, for example. I also started not to recover as well from the effort, and I started to accumulate some fat on my waistline, which, as we know, is a risk factor for cardiovascular diseases. I did not accommodate to the idea that, well, I'm getting old, this is normal. I decided to study the matter seriously. I would like to share with you this information. This is information from the National Human Genome Research Institute about mitochondria. We have here the definition. Mitochondria are organelles that generate most of the chemical energy needed to supply the biochemical reactions of the cells. The chemical energy produced by the mitochondria is stored in a small molecule called adenosine triphosphate, the well-known ATP. Here we also have, very nice, in my opinion, picture with the animal cell with the mitochondria, and the mitochondria here itself with some of its components. Nice image. Well, all the study and all the consultation I have done led me to the goal to try to improve the performance of my mitochondria. The main measures I adopted were first, to reduce the time window in the day to intake food. Second measure was to reduce the intake of non-resistant starches. And the third measure, to reduce the intake of fructose. Well, more than 1 year has passed, and I can say that it worked. It's now not easy at all to get tired. I have to really make some intense effort to get tired. I also recover better from effort now, and I lost fat without losing muscle mass. Of course, there is much to say about this. I don't want to make these videos too long, so I will do videos dedicated to subjects like metabolic flexibility, insulin resistance, circadian rhythm, food, supplements, and other subjects. But something it's certain, this transforming experience for me was probably the main reason why I decided to create this channel now. Well, in the next video, I will talk a little about the importance. I believe it's very important for people above 50 years old, not only, but particularly for people above 50 years old, to practice with weights. Exercising with weights it's very important. I will talk a little about that, in my opinion about that. Next, you can see some images of my training session, weight training. It was a session focused on back and biceps. I do not have images, but I started the session with lumbar exercise and oblique exercise. I also have done some series of deadlift, one leg deadlift. It is still a difficult exercise for me because I started not so long ago for the first time. So it's difficult to keep the balance, but I think I'm improving it. Well, I also did not film, but I finished the session with some stretching, about a sequence of about 10 minutes. Well, now I just ask you to share your ideas in the comments, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. See you soon.